Yoko, at Harding Loevner, we of course focus on companies that exhibit strong fundamentals and have durable growth prospects. How do you find growth in a country where there is little economic growth, and in some cases, there are sectors that are actually shrinking?
So there have been two ways I've been able to find growth in Japan. The obvious one is to find Japanese companies that export into growing economies overseas. But the more interesting and fun type of Japanese companies that are growing are those that are domestic but disrupt the traditional market to take share and thereby grow.
There's an impression that entrepreneurship in Japan can be a particularly arduous struggle, given the difficulty in attracting funding, inflexibility in the labor market, and the culture that's not really known for risk-taking. Yet the smaller companies that you often find seem to be driven by entrepreneurs and risk-takers. Do you think that there is a change going on in Japan such that there will be more of these types of businesses going forward?
I don't think the number of entrepreneurs or the role models are necessarily increasing in Japan, but with more people getting exposed to global competitors, with the increase of global trades, and also the younger generation people getting educated in the West, there's certainly the talent that encourage Japanese companies to improve.
Let's talk about some of the companies that you follow, some of those disruptors that you mentioned before.
Sure.
Why don't you walk us through how one of them found success in Japan's difficult environment?
Sure. So ABC-Mart is a shoe retail. It is the #1 shoe retailer today, but it started out as a middleman. It used to do wholesale. So it bought shoes from distributors like Nike brand shoes, and it would then sell them to regional wholesalers or to retail stores. But one day it decided to forward integrate into operating its own retail stores, and thereby eliminating all the middlemen, and that allowed them to sell the shoes at a lower price but still make a good profit margin, and eventually became the #1 shoe retailer in Japan. So even though the shoe market as a whole in Japan has been basically flat, ABC-Mart's been growing steadily over the years.